Marshall's principal.
And I am still Mrs. Weber, Marshall's assistant principal. Thank you for paying close attention to this video about rules and expectations. You've likely had a chance to practice some of these rules and expectations, and hopefully you're gaining an understanding as to why we need these rules. At Marshall, our expectations and rules allow us to be a school where everyone belongs, everyone learns, and everyone grows.
Okay, so let's continue with covering some important information about Marshall. First of all, Marshall is a closed campus school. You are required to stay on campus from the time that you arrive until the time of dismissal. That includes staying in the courtyards and field areas during breaks and lunches. And if you need to leave during the school day, you must have a parent come sign you out right here in the front office to leave early.
And students are not allowed to have guests during school as it poses a distraction to the educational process. But you can have an occasional visitor during lunch if the visit is pre-approved by one of us. And if a lunch visit is approved, your visitor must sign in the office when they arrive.
Okay, let's talk about safety. At Marshall, you will learn how to be safe on social media. You will also learn how to report if you are being harassed or bullied. We will also have safety drills. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You will learn and practice procedures for lockdowns, shelter in place, earthquake, fire, and evacuating the building. You will learn duck, assess, run, lock down. You'll learn to drop, cover, hold on, and how to evacuate the building quickly and safely.
Our staff is also ready to serve on response teams in the event of a real emergency. You are an active member of the school's safety plan. We count on you to do your part. Your knowledge and skill, along with ours, will keep you all safe if an emergency happens. Your safety is our top priority. When you miss school, you are missing out. We want you here every day at Marshall. Some rules about being gone, well, first is don't be gone unless you're really sick, like a fever or throwing up, or the doctor says you need to stay home. If you're not here, you will miss fun group work, cool lectures, videos, labs, and experiences. Those moments in time cannot be replayed, so don't miss them.
Before we get started talking about absences, we want to let you know about a new rule the district has adopted about tardies. If you are more than 10 minutes late in the morning, or if you leave more than 30 minutes in the afternoon, those will no longer be considered tardies. Those will be considered absences. Please note that all personal transportation issues, like let's say your car breaks down or you miss the bus, do not count as excused absences.
The law has a list of 10 reasons for being gone that are excusable. Any reason beyond these 10 will be an unexcused absence. Valid reasons include participating in a district or school approved activity such as a field trip, illness or health condition, medical, dental, eye appointment, family emergencies like illness or death, religious or cultural purposes like observation of a religious holiday, having to appear in court or serve on jury duty, attending a post-high school event such as a college scholarship interview, obviously mostly for high schoolers, participating in a state-recognized search and rescue activity, absence directly related to homelessness, absence owing to disciplinary actions such as suspensions, or a pre-approved absence.
Oh, and speaking of pre-approved absences, here's some really important information about getting a pre-planned and pre-approved absence. You need to pick up paperwork from the front office and get it all filled out. It requires, if you have 6 different teachers, it requires 8 signatures in all. So please plan ahead. And also please note that vacations are not on the list of excusable absences. Sorry.
If you are absent and your parent forgets to call the school within the 48-hour time limit, it is recorded as an unexcused absence. Also know that missing 3 or more periods in a day counts as a full day absence. The law gets involved if students have too many unexcused absences or even too many excused absences. If you have 1 unexcused absence, we will call home. If you have 2, we have to start the legal paperwork process that includes a letter home, required conferences with your parents, penalties for you, and eventually filling a truancy petition with juvenile court.
So please, please, please make school and growth your top priority here. Be here. We love having you here. If you're having troubles getting to school, please come talk with one of us and we will help you. Okay, let's talk about grades for a second. We do not print report cards anymore. Everything that you need to know and that your parents need to know is on Skyward. You will get really good at checking your grades because you will do so every week, but please make sure that your adult at home knows how to look up your grades on Student and Family Access. It's critical that they partner with you in your education so they can help you from home.
Regarding technology, unlike many of the adults around you, you were born into a heavily tech-saturated world. And we do get that. But please keep in mind that in a general way, as you know, electronics are quite expensive and we'd hate for you to lose them. So it's best to leave them at home. Toys, games, other cool expensive items, please do not bring them to school.
But because we know that technology is so important and that it's practically like air to you, we do try to maximize the time that you're allowed to use technology in school. And super exciting this year, Ms. Weber, we have a Chrome cart in every single classroom. And we have some Chromebooks in the library that you can check out and take home with you if you don't have a computer at home. Super, super cool. But we do need to balance the learning versus distracting aspects that accompany having the whole world and communication right in the palm of your hand. So
let's talk about cell phones. Cell phones should be off and stowed away during the school hours. We do allow you to have them on before school. You can be in the cafeteria, you can walk the loop around the library, but not down the wings, but around the library, which is what a lot of kids like to do, all while listening to music or surfing the web or talking on Instagram. By the way, make sure that you think before you hit send.
But when that first bell rings at 7:55, we expect you to turn your phone off and stow it away in your backpack. Off and stowed. And it stays that way until 2:32 when that final bell rings. There may be a few exceptions if teachers allow you to take it out to use as a calculator, or maybe you have a book on it for reading. But other than that, and without express teacher permission, your phone must be off and stowed. Now, it's very important to know that if you break this rule, the adult in your classroom can take your phone or other device. They are allowed to take it. They will take it to the office where we will keep it safe, and we will return it to you at the end of the day. Ms. Weber, I don't feel very good. My head hurts and I have a sore throat. Can you get me some ibuprofen, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, but we can't give any kind of medication, even ibuprofen, unless your parent brought in the proper paperwork from the doctor.
Okay, but what about a cough drop? I have a sore throat. Go get me a cough drop, please.
Well, can't bring you a cough drop either
What?
because that's considered medication as well. So your parent has to do proper paperwork and bring it in to us beforehand before we can administer any kind of medication.
I'm going to have my mom do that right away.
Perfect.
We are now standing in our beautiful garden, and I think it's supposed to get into the mid to upper 90s today, and that reminds me of dress code.
Yes, so at Marshall we dress for success. Clothing should be modest. One wouldn't wear a suit and a tie to go to a picnic at the beach, And by the same token, we wouldn't come to school in our beach wear. So make sure your clothing respects our school environment and models good citizenship. And speaking of good citizenship, please don't use perfumes and colognes because the hazard to the health of others is just not worth smelling like flowers all day.
So when choosing what you'll wear to school in the morning, you should check that 0 undergarments show. Do you have cute holes in your pants that reveal upper thighs or a shirt that shows cleavage or undergarments? Please make sure to check if anything shows when sitting, stretching, bending over, etc. Your private parts of your body must be covered at all times. Clothing must also cover your entire torso. Tube or halter tops, not okay, nor are clothes with lewd or inappropriate pictures, sayings, gestures, language, or drug, alcohol, tobacco references. The bottom line is this: please be modest and ensure that no undergarments are showing ever.
And no hats are allowed inside the building except on designated spirit days. Headbands and wraps are okay, as are head coverings worn as a part of a cultural tradition. Again, bottom line, dress appropriately for an office work environment.
Okay, next, I'm sitting in Mr. Fulton's office because I'm going to talk about some touchy-feely stuff. PDA. PDA stands for Public Displays of Affection, and we do not allow PDA at school or any school function. This includes long, lingering hugs, holding hands, or kissing of any kind. Please remember that PDA is not allowed. The first time we see it, we will give you a warning, and the next time you will be sent to the office where we will have to give you a consequence. Just don't do it. Now we're all decked out in our yellow spirit wear because each and every one of you will be assigned to a house, either red, blue, green, or yellow! Go yellow! And we have regular house dressed up spirit days where you get to show your support for your house and come decked out in your gear. It's really fun. But before you get too excited about houses, we're going to talk to you a little bit about Core Flex time. Core Flex is still going to be at the end of the day, every day but Wednesday.
Which is now an early release day.
Core Flex will be from 2:08 to 2:32, and you are expected to use this time to get help in the areas where you need it. If you had trouble understanding something earlier in the day, you can go get help before you leave, or you can use it to get the day's homework done before you even go home.
We also want to use more peer mentoring during this time. So for those of you who don't need help, think about helping your peers.
And then every Wednesday, and yes, this is a change from Monday, every Wednesday you will meet with your house mentor teacher where you will log into Skyward and check your grades. If you have A's and B's, you will be given a flex card to keep until the following Wednesday. That card is your ticket into flex areas and activities. Otherwise, you'll report to a core teacher to get some help. You can always choose to go to a core even if you have a flex card.
I know I am so excited to be at Marshall, and there are so many cool things here at Marshall. We'll learn a lot as we move through the year, but if you need some information right now, again, be sure to check out your student planner, the Rights and Responsibility booklet, and also the newsletter that we sent home. You can also look on the Marshall website as well.
We are both so honored to be leading such a fantastic school full of amazing students and staff, and we want to welcome you to a brand new school year as a Thurgood Marshall Middle School Mustang, a place where everyone belongs, everyone learns, and everyone grows. Go Mustangs!